That time in my life, I was looking for una opportunity.
Yeah.
Estaba perdido.
Yeah. People can tell you all the great things that they see in you, but what really matters is the story that you tell yourself when you're looking in the mirror.
And just the perspective, like, well, you're alive. You could
Go
Why
for
do
it.
you have to live with regrets, right?
Wow. Awesome. All right. So I have Víctor Martínez here, a great friend of mine. For the past 4 years, we've been rocking and rolling, brother. I've come to realize that, now that I'm going and getting myself into certain rooms, there's people that are doing really well in business, bro, that aren't out there on social media, that you would never know that they're rocking it. And this has been like a hidden gem that we have in our company that isn't out there making all these closing videos and like all this hype on social media. And it's my duty, bro, to put you in front of a camera and like let people know who Víctor is. So I know we looked at this a few days ago, and hopefully you can help me show this for all the audience. But like when you look at this guy, we see Víctor here, and you guys will be able to see it on the lens. But like that Víctor, what can you tell me about Víctor then? Like, where are you at in life? Where are you at with your career? Like you're sitting in that chair seeking what?
He was just seeking. So, ese evento, I went because a friend shared it.
Okay.
Yo ni sabía nada de quién era Andy.
Yeah.
Ni que era el mortgages. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to get motivated.
Yeah.
Es fue la motivación que dije, I'm going to go. Pero at that time in my life, I was looking for una opportunity.
Yeah.
Estaba perdido.
Yeah.
Right? Because at that point, I estaba dando AT&T.
But brother, like perdido, you had a good job. You had a degree.
Yeah. I had a degree.
Okay, so how?
I had a degree, pues senté como que I wasn't fulfilled.
And what was the title so people know what your role was? It wasn't like you were...
No, it was a regional manager. Okay. So I had todo como a big territory in Santa Rosa, Napa. So, big team.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that experience from managing people, leading people. Pero I still felt that something was missing. Like I felt like I wasn't tapping into my full potential.
Yeah. And how many years did you do it? Like how long after being in that position were you like this can't be it?
Yeah. I think como in year 5th, I was already ready for something else.
Okay.
And I remember que dije, pues what's the next role? Que I wanted to get promoted, pero no se hizo.
Yeah.
So then when I got promoted here, but that was a point que this is not it.
Okay.
I remember that at one time, the whole year I was applying for different jobs.
Mm-hmm. So you were already looking for...
I was already looking for change.
Okay. Did you have anything else in mind before you went to that event?
No. I just wanted to do something for myself. I knew that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be self-employed.
Yeah.
From little, you said, okay, I want to have my own business.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah. I was like that.
Pero no sabía que it was going to be in this vehicle.
Yeah.
So when I went to that event, I think I heard you speak and I said, man, when you spoke, I said, man, I saw myself in you.
Neta?
Yeah.
Like what came to mind?
You know what? I one day I'll be up there speaking like that. Right? Como you inspired me. Porque I related.
You've never told me this, dude.
I know, I never told you that.
Oh, come on, bro. Good timing. Go ahead.
Pero, porque dije, no, it was like, man, como you inspire, porque,
It's paisa.
Exactly. I related to someone, and, here in the valley, you don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see people así que, dije, oh, man, I see myself, one day I'll be on stage and speaking. And from that event, you spoke, Willie was a big part of it.
Yeah, you told me.
Willie was a big part. I made that jump. I remember that after that event, went to San Diego for a vacation with my family. I told my wife, hey, I'm going to do this. And the rest is history here.
Yeah, so we looked at that recently, and I think it was like late February of 2020. Mm-hmm. So what happens when you make the decision that you're going to make a career change? Mm-hmm. You speak to your wife, you make the career change. What were some ass whoopings that you took early on that like you did not know? What were things that you needed to develop to survive in that transition? And mainly for hopefully the viewers that are thinking about making a career change, taking that leap of faith, como ¿qué les pudieras aconsejar? ¿Qué fueron cosas que hiciste que te ayudaron a poder, seguir progresando en el negocio y mantenerte en el negocio early on? And it led to where we're at today, which we'll get to here in...
Yeah, first it did take me como 6 months to get my first deal.
Okay.
Right, and the thing is, sometimes people see on social media the wins, but they don't see the ass whoopings. You know,
Yeah.
we're living off credit cards for a couple of months.
Is that what happened
Yeah,
for you?
living off credit cards.
I didn't know that.
Right, living off credit cards. But when I got licensed, you know, I had money saved up.
Good.
Luckily, I had it wasn't much. I had $15K saved up.
Which would help cover approximately like how many months?
That was como unos 6 months.
Okay, so you had about a 6-month cushion.
6-month cushion.
Okay, so that's what I wanted people to...
6
It took 6 months to get your first deal, 6 months cushion,
Yeah.
and then...
Yeah, 6 months cushion. You know, I had no debt at the time, which was good.
Yeah.
Right, and I had my 401k.
Okay.
But it never existed.
okay.
It was in the back burner because I didn't want that to be my safety net.
Okay.
It'd be like, I have that cushion. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I had 15K, 6 months, y vámonos. Pero I think the biggest thing que what helped me was, did things that flyers, go to the flea market, stuff that maybe people wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because for me, a lot of it was social media. Like what worked for me to really kick up like the amount of partnerships, the exposure, the business to start to grow was social media. But you didn't really do any of that, which is why I'm doing this podcast, because I need to show off someone who's like bringing extreme value to the marketplace that isn't on social media nor, exposing his business that way.
Yeah.
But you did a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I did a bunch of other stuff. And the good thing is that in 2020, I make the jump.
Yeah.
2021 was the first year it's a refi boom.
Okay.
So 2021, it was refinanced my majority of my business.
Yeah.
That was it. But it was a little bit of purchase there. But it wasn't when the market shift that I started shipping myself to.
Got it.
Which was more focusing more on relationship with good people,
Right.
And growing that channel. But 2021, like flyers, Facebook, todo lo que se puede hacer, right? Like there was nothing that I was not gonna do. So I just did it. Y pues, see, 21 was a pretty year with refinance, but 22, 23 made a change to our business.
Well, so I started in the flea market too, and there was a lot of things that I did early on that as time went by, I switched. If you could go back and you could coach Victor up from 2020, even 2021, what were some things that you tell yourself to continue doing and some things that maybe like you should not do as much or eliminate, if anything? Because I know early on, like maybe you do want to test a lot of stuff, but as you progress in the business world, you start to realize that certain things have like a higher return of investment. Yeah. But looking back at like you trying a whole bunch of things, what would you say to anybody that's starting in the business that's gonna just scratch your head thinking like, I don't know how I'm gonna go about generating business?
I think that if I could look back and give myself some recommendation feedback would be just to connect with good people, good business partners early on.
Okay.
Right? Because sometimes we think we got to work with everyone. That was my mindset.
Yeah.
I have to work with everybody, but that's not true.
Yeah.
Porque lo que pasa es que your personality fits with certain people. Y a veces uno quiere trabajar con todo el mundo, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
And then I think that, and the biggest thing is that I realize what I bring to the marketplace, to the partners I work with.
Yeah.
Right? And I think if I would have known my value then, it would have been easier, because I tell myself, it'd be stupid not for someone to work with me. Not because I'm the best loan officer, it's because I have a good heart.
Yeah.
And I'm looking out for those clients, and I would hope that person, that partner, can have that opportunity to help those clients out. They know, hey, you know what? Victor's going to take care of our clients.
So what do you say to someone that's like, well, I understand that you have a good heart, but like, is that really what's going to be the main reason why I send you my business?
No, of course not. That's part of it, right? But the other part of it too is the client experience, follow up, making conversion. So there's other parts to that component.
Got it. So then, and the reason why I say that is because I know that with time, we become more selective on the partners and make sure that we align, core values are similar, if not the same. But like, what I don't want is for people that are joining the business to think that they have the luxury of like choosing your partners early on. Like, it's almost like an earned thing is what exactly. It's like when at the beginning you might have to work with fucking anybody who's going to send you business, but as you become more competent in your business, then you start to narrow down to like, I kind of don't like how this partner treats me. Maybe the level of respect isn't where I would like for it to be. Then you start getting more selective. Now, here's something else. So married, little one. Well, not little no more. Güero's big boy. But one thing that you guys inspired me from the beginning was when you and Ruby both came into the business. I saw the alignment. I saw Güero looking up to the both of you, and like I envisioned me doing something similar. So like how did you guys manage to make it work with Ruby? I know that she left her career to come also work with you and grow the mortgage business. ¿Qué le aconsejas a todo aquel que tiene también su pareja y que están considerando hacer esto juntos? Porque a veces que gente dice que no sería la mejor idea trabajar.
It's hard. It's hard, right? But I'll tell you one. Juanito asked me yesterday, hey, Victor, well, this year's, you're doing very well. Mm-hmm. What's part of it? You know what? Like, yeah, it's some stuff, right? It's momentums, traction. But me puse a pensar this morning, it's crazy you asked me this. And I mentioned this to Ruby. He said, I think part of it right now, the reason why we're having a great year thus far is porque I feel me and Ruby are more in line more than ever.
Okay, so how do you accomplish that alignment? Because it sounds great, but like I'm hoping that our people are getting some pointers, some tactical things that you guys have done that have brought you guys into alignment.
I think it's funny because it's sitting down and then I bet, okay, what are we trying to accomplish together, right? And here's the thing. Me, I'm a guy que anda 100 millas por hora, right? And for her, when I'm like all crazy, she can't. Like, hey, párate, as you're going
relax.
Fast, right? Pero I think it came for me to understand her también.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to slow it down. I need to make sure she's included, make sure she understands.
Yeah.
Like, it's patient for mine too.
Yeah.
And it's hard because uno vas, you're just running fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to slow it down and you have to consider your other partner también.
Yeah.
So I have to consider her feelings, how she feels, what she thinks. And more than anything, that she has a word into what it is. Because sometimes we think we know everything because we're in it, but she's an outsider, right?
Yeah.
What's that? Pero no sea tú, like, they see things that maybe we don't see.
Yeah.
So me puse a escucharla. Hey, you shouldn't do that, or this is what I did. So part of that, listening to her, having patience, knowing that they have a voice, it's not easy. It's going to take some time, though.
Awesome.
It's not going to be like mañana. It's taking, she left her career, I think, 2021, and we're in 2024. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Right? Pero I think that's part of the biggest part of our success because estamos juntos. We know what we have to work on. We align it with the people that we work with.
Yeah.
So we're in the same place. I think esta persona, this partner, it's a good fit. She's involved. She has a voice.
Yeah.
It's not just Victor. It's Ruby and Victor.
Yeah.
And at first it was just, Victor nomás he's a one, but quickly I realized, no, it's both of us.
Yeah, we identified Ruby's gifts a while ago. Yeah. I think that your partners and your clients might even like her better than they like you. She's very charming. She's very, very loving, very generous. She's attention to details. Her love language is like gifts. She always does it. She helped me with my engagement, and I get a lot of props. But Ruby, thank you so much. I owe you one of the highlights of my life. Thank you so much. So shout out to Ruby. And I think that one thing that also must have Ruby very happy as your partner right now, because last I checked, like we're ending month 5 and you guys are already, I think, north of 160K so far. So I don't think he would share that if I don't share it for him. And yesterday, he just showed me that he bought a nice Tesla. He's not going to share that. Yesterday, he just shared that he bought put the down payment on an investment property. Maybe that's another thing that Ruby really likes. So those are great accomplishments, brother. Congratulations to you. That's always beautiful to see our people making it happen. But what are some of your personal, biggest accomplishments so far being in the business? Because the material things like the money, and the toys, and the properties is going to be great. But what are your personal biggest accomplishments so far?
I think one of the things is that I took a leap of faith in myself.
Okay.
Right, and a lot of people don't do that because of reasons. I can't because of this, right? I think for me is that I can say that I'm doing it. I took a leap of faith and I believed in myself. I'm betting on myself. It's funny that you people say that. Como me puse a empezar, pero no, people say on oh, they do this and you don't believe it. But once you feel it, like, oh, sure, it is true.
Yeah.
Right? So I think betting on myself, and more than anything, is like, you know what? I know what I could do. And it's that more confidence in yourself que puede hacer. So I think that's been the biggest one for myself. I think it's been the big eye-opener that I do bring value to the marketplace. I'm not in social media. I'm not out there. But I know that I'm valuable. I think that's been the biggest, like you, it's like the moment always, cierto? Like people tell you like, oh, you're badass, but you don't really believe it until you feel it.
Yeah.
I think that's been the biggest one.
Yeah, I think that people can tell you all the great things that they see in you, but what really matters is the story that you tell yourself when you're looking in the mirror. Yeah. You know, so then like now to help give people like, again, tactical tips and tricks on how they can gain that confidence. What do you think someone should do when they feel that they're, you know, maybe their ambition is up there, but they're trying to time the jump? You know, like how would you encourage someone to like build that confidence to know that they're worthy and that they can make it happen and that it's real and their life can change as well? Like what tips would you? How do you build that confidence?
I think one thing is not overthinking things, because that was me. I'm an overthinker que le pensaba tantas veces, like, no, pues I have to have this first before I have this, then I'll go and make up the jump.
Yeah.
And that was my issue.
Yeah.
Yo la pensaba mucho.
Uh-huh.
So I think, you know, once I remove that, like, you know what, I want to make that jump. And I said, you know what, to myself, worst case scenario, si algo pasa, when it's like, I
go back to
and do it. I have my degree, I have something, right? Like, I'm capable of finding something else, pero I don't want to live with that regret que no lo hice. So I think one is not stop overthinking things. You don't have to have A, B, C, D before you make the jump. And I think that's the issue, because sometimes we have to have everything. Like, don't get me wrong, like, when I made the jump, like, okay, la pensé, right? Like, okay, you know, I had my license, right? I had a little bit of money saved up. I had no debt. Pero then I had to embrace, okay, ¿sabes qué? Pues in the next 1 month, it's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to work hard. You know, I'm going to have to maybe get some ass whooping, you know, and that's what happened.
And you sure did.
I think
we all did.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's going to be one of the things that I can share, not to overthink things. You don't have to have everything so far to make that jump, right? Y con tiempo también. It's not going to be like right away que todos van a decir, pues my confidence is up there with time, you know? But luckily for me, I already had like I feel like your background, no matter what you do, could help you in your next career, right? Porque yo, when I was at AT&T, I was very analytical.
Yeah.
I love data.
Yeah.
Right? But I was always good with people también and everything. Yeah. So when I came here, pues I used those skills to help me.
They served,
right?
As well as a degree, you know, because sometimes in our space, they'll talk down on, you know, the schooling system, and I think it still serves a fundamental part to everything.
For me, taught me how to be resourceful.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it did.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. Yeah. So. Yeah.
How about for anybody leaving the W-2 world and, you know, they're going to go into business for themselves, what mindset shifts had to happen? What tips would you have for anyone to prepare them mentally? Because I think it's a lot different, bro. Like, I mean, to say that you're going to start a new journey and then you get paid your first check 6 months later, I don't think we're programmed for that type of compensation structure coming from a W-2 world. So what would you recommend there for anybody looking to make that jump to prepare?
Just know. Maybe people portray it to be on social media.
Yeah.
Right? You have to you have to expect it's going to be worse. You have to expect already. You have to expect you may not get your first deal in the next 3-4 months. You have to expect that. You got to be prepared already ahead of time. Right? I think that's going to be part of one of the biggest things. Eso, of course, a mindset of, ¿sabes qué? Like, I'm not a quitter. Like, le voy a echar ganas, right? And then I'm going to keep trying and I'm not going to stop. So I think having that work ethic, already preparing to get some ass whoopings.
Yeah.
Don't get surprised. Like, I didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But those are things that I could think about and come to mind that could help those that are making. And then the day, pues, Like, I was thinking about the story I told you, right? Que dije, I went to this coaching seminar, right? Nos llevaron a un cementerio, right? And it made us lay down on the cemetery, así dormidos, and you have this life coach talking to you. Like, you're dead, right? In this, como, theater, estás muerto, right? Y te dice, okay, what, you're there, he's talking to, like, he says, who's at your funeral? What would they say about Victor? And then, you know, what would you do back if you were still alive, right? So, and you're laying down in the cemetery, and you're
visualizing all that.
Like you're dead.
Yeah.
Right. What would you do? What would you do? And all this stuff, right? And then he goes, he does a snap, and estás vivo. Like, and just the perspective, like, well, you're alive. You could, you know. Why do you have to live with regrets, right?
Wow.
So I think that was one of the biggest things que me puse a pensar, like, I don't want to go through life and looking back that I didn't make that. I should have. Right? What's the worst that could happen? Like, I think I learned from you, bro, because you says there's baby problems and big problems, right? And I think even right now, some of the stuff that we're dealing with, maybe there's still baby problems.
No, they really are.
Yeah, right? So until there's other bigger problems, right? ¿Qué va a pasar que no la hace, or maybe it's not for you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, there's still a choice that you can make, right?
Yeah.
So I think that me puse a pensar eso, que, like, you know, I just didn't want to live with that regret que I didn't do it. Since little, man, desde chiquito, my dad would buy my suits, lleva a la escuela con my suits, because I was picturing myself as a businessman.
Wow.
That one day I'll work in the big top building.
Crazy.
Right? Desde chiquito. And my parents could tell you, mis trajecitos, like...
I had something very similar, bro.
When I played football, cada día,
you had to
dress up. Yo iba con corbata, though, because I saw myself like that.
Why don't you wear it no more?
No, yesterday I bought myself a suit.
That shit, you look fresh.
I told
you look good.
Hey, I'm going to buy some suits ahora. Dije, no, pues...
So you're looking really good.
It gives you confidence.
Yeah.
And I look, right?
Yeah.
Pero yeah, it's just stuff like stuff like that. Pero yeah,
that's
brother.
Awesome, brother. A ver, before we wrap up, what's one of your favorite things about doing what we do in the mortgage business?
You know what? It's cuando te dice, ¿sabes qué, Victor? Thank you so much porque por ti compré mi casa. Other people no me ayudaron porque tú me ayudaste.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that often. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's fine. I'll take it. People are lazy out there.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love that moment. Even though sometimes it's stressful, the loan, pero at the end, when someone te da la gracia and they genuinely feel it, oh, man.
You could tell. Y mucha de nuestra clientela es raza.
Raza. You know, they feel it. Like, you still hope in them.
Yeah.
Even though que a lo mejor no califique, I make sure that they leave inspired.
That they're going to try again.
Se va a hacer.
Yeah.
Right?
That's powerful.
You know what I mean? Much of they give up.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it talks about a lot of our members in our team. We're not afraid to run away from the hard problems.
Yeah.
We'll take them on with our clients.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes a veces we don't make no money, bro.
Yeah.
Pero who cares? The fact that que le ayudamos a alguien.
Yeah. That's another form of compensation.
Yeah. I feel que, you know, we talk about faith a lot. Yo sé que Dios nos va a recompensar 10 veces más. Right? Like I have that.
Yeah.
Right? And it's funny, hay un realtor que trabajo. And man, this person is una persona de buen corazón.
Yeah.
It's very close to God. He says, ¿sabes qué, Víctor? I don't have nothing, pero ¿sabes qué Dios me da? You know, so yo la gente, it's okay if I don't make nothing, but I know God will come back and repay me that. And I've seen it.
That's powerful.
Yeah. So I think sometimes we don't, pero I know I have faith que Dios me va a recompensar como 10 veces más, 20 veces más.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a proof, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's okay. No.
Well, everybody that has met you, como hay unas amistades que tenemos que hacen life insurance, otros que nos ayudan, como Luis, el partner de Rob Luna. Me ha pasado como unas 3-4 veces, bro, that people that I didn't even know you had connected with, that when they find out that, like, we work together, they're like, oh, we love Victor and we love Ruby. They're such good people. Like, they always highlight that, you know, and I think it's no surprise why you guys are having a great year. And you fulfilled that goal of, like, traveling. I know that you wanted to go to a beach in Cancun for years. This year we went to Costa Rica. How was that?
It was dope. Especially seeing my son go too. No, he didn't go, but no, he did go, no?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
No,
We'll have to edit that. He went. He had a great time. Brother.
That was it, man. Yeah.
So, you've been here since we kicked all this shit off.
Yeah.
Like Next Gen Home Loans 2020, a team. And then now you fast forward to where we're at, where we're heading. Like, how does that feel? Like, looking back, because they showed us pictures of the majority of the group that have been here from, like, the first generation. ¿Cómo ves todo ese show?
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Porque, yeah, I sit back sometimes and I see all these members. And you know what's funny? Es que all the members, they join the Next Gen, it feels like they belong here.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes when you're a tight group, you start from the beginning, you just don't want to lose that. But as more people join the company, they align to...
It's been beautiful.
The alliance, right? So it's not like... it doesn't seem any different or anything. So it's beautiful to see that. So it's just crazy, you know. I think it's beautiful. I think it attests to what TC stands for, what you might have done, and, you know, and the culture, and it's been beautiful, man. I'm excited to see what happens because they said, Ruby, hey, she was going through the old videos with Lupita in the Zoom calls.
Yeah.
You know, when we didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
It was me, Alex, and I think Lupita or somebody else, Fernando in the beginning ones. Yeah. And those are memories to show how we started and how fast forward where we're going. And I can't just wait what's going to happen in the next 5-10 years, man.
It's going to be crazy, huh?
TJ's going to be up there, man. So it's part of the journey, you know, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Thank you, brother.
Porque, I remember dicen, Mari, hey, we're a startup. We said in the beginning, hey, we don't know what we're doing ahí, pero we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Pero I feel like I'm blessed to be part of the journey to help even a little bit to help make Team G even better, brother.
Well, it's not a little bit. You're doing amazing.
I know, brother.
You contribute so much to the company, and that's why I wanted to spend time to show our following, our audience. We have a lot of people on social media that follow us that maybe haven't had an opportunity to meet you. And that's exactly what I want to make sure I do, because he doesn't rely on social media to get his business. But this year we're going to make sure that he's not stingy with the value that he brings to his partners, to the clients, to the marketplace. So, Vic, it's an honor to have you, brother.
Appreciate it.
And we'll do this again.
I know, you already know, bro. I got you.
Don't be running from the camera, bro.
Nah,
Ahí estamos, bro. That's it.